They sent me to a specialist in Eugene. He said my child had a tumor. He diagnosed it as a sarcoma. So that right there was something that a mom doesn't want to hear, that your child has cancer, and there wasn't really much that they could do because there wasn't a cure for it. So it was December 31st when I was told that the tumor on my daughter's back ruptured. There was nothing that they could do to stop the bleeding. The NICU nurses told me that it was best if I held my daughter and told her goodbye. I knew it was her time. I told her that it would be okay, that my sister, her guardian angel, was waiting for her on the other side. But Christina knew that it wasn't Aliyanna's time. And at that moment, I felt like a miracle happened. The bleeding stopped and she just smiled. At that point, they did what they could to help her keep fighting. The day after, they were able to stop the bleeding, and the next morning we took her into surgery. The tumor that Aliyanna had was much larger than she was. It covered her whole bottom area and her back, probably the size of a baby's head compared to a 3-pound baby. For me, it was probably the most scariest thing. I would possibly be going home without a baby. So after Aliyanna's tumor was removed, a month or so later, the cancer came back. Chemotherapy was the only choice that I was given at that time. It was heartbreaking because I didn't want to see my child go through that. As we were creating a plan for chemotherapy, we were told about the trial drug in Seattle. It gave me some type of relief to know that there was other options that I can consider. When I was in Oregon, I wasn't able to touch her, I wasn't able to hold her because of how severe the tumor was. As soon as we got to Seattle, they kind of just made me do everything. Change her, bathe her, I got to hold her. It was one of the best moments in my life because every time I would touch her, she would smile. The first provider that we met in Seattle Children's was Dr. Hawkins, and he was there to give me more information about the trial drug. It gave me 100% hope that this was going to work for Aliyanna. After Aliyanna started her drug when she was 2 months old, you can see that she was filling up with more life. She started being a child, started being a baby and living. Aliyanna is cancer-free today, and she still continues to stay on the trial drug, but she's doing very well. Looking at her, you would never think that she went through what she went through when she was younger. I think if Aliyanna could speak now for herself, she would be very grateful for every provider, every doctor, every donor that's helped her in her journey. She would be able to tell you guys that everything you guys do for her is amazing. That she got to go and live her life, and even though she had a rough journey, she's still here today.